Now at 5, we check out the 4-State Farm Show.
The Justice Department lays out steps to address hate crimes in the wake of the shooting massacre in Buffalo. I'm Natalie Brand with ways the administration is trying to make it easier to report hate crimes.
And what more time outdoors can mean for our kids' mental health.
The 4 States' most watched news starts now.
The 47th 4-State Farm Show is back in Pittsburgh. This is KOAM News at 5. This is the second year it's being hosted at Pitt State in the Plaster Center. Organizers say this allows the show to have a climate-controlled exhibit area. It makes it easier to keep the show going, rain or shine. This is the first year without COVID restrictions, and organizers are looking forward to a big crowd.
I think turnout's been really good. Today's the first day of the show. We've had a strong crowd, both indoors and out. We have some new features this year, and I think that's been instrumental in bringing some additional people to the show.
Tonight at 6, we're going to hear more about the farm show and some changes made for this year's event. The approach of summer means more people are going to be heading for area waterways, which is why some local kids today got a lesson in water safety. Big Elk Floats and Camping partnered with Knoll Elementary, so students had the chance to learn the fundamentals of being in and around a canoe. Organizers say this program will help people learn how to safely operate a canoe and to know the dangers of the river and to avoid accidents.
This is the best way to start. I mean, those kids are coming with their parents and jumping off in the river, and they're having lunch on the bank, and they just pull over where they find access, and they're in the river, and they may not know a single thing about rivers.
Of course, the rivers can be especially dangerous when the waters rise after spring rains. Checking in with Doug Heading now for our first look at the weather.
Yeah, the waters may rise for us tonight into tomorrow as we get clusters of showers and thunderstorms, which are going to roll in as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. As of right now, we have a weak little cold front that is kind of sliding in. We may get a few isolated little thunderstorms that try to blow up along the front as we go through the evening hours. I really think after 7 or 8 p.m. and then we'll see showers and thunderstorms really increase as we get into the mid to late evening hours. As of right now, we look okay. You can see that front. You can see the wind shift line really from Lamar through Pittsburgh, Columbus, all the way back down toward Tulsa, and that's where we're going to watch for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Severe threat is very low. If we had anything severe, it would be in our southern counties. Of course, we're going to break this down and look into the weekend here in just a bit.
Let's catch you then. Joplin police say wind gusts today might have been a factor when this semi-trailer overturned on the westbound ramp of I-44 from Missouri 43. The truck was hauling recycled metal when it tipped over. A wind advisory has been in effect for a big part of the day as gusts reached 45 miles per hour. KOAM is partnering with some other TV stations in Missouri owned by the Gray Television Group for a series of polls asking Missourians about a variety of topics. Well, now you can find results of those polls on our website. Just go to koamnewsnow.com/elections. The online surveys were conducted last week by Survey USA. They examine a wide range of issues, including the economy, abortion, recreational marijuana, police pay, and education. The polls also examine some hypothetical candidate matchups. You can take a deep dive into how Missourians feel about those topics and also how opinions differ among various demographic groups. Tonight at 6, the poll looks at what Missouri voters think of Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and Missouri Governor Parson. Less than a week after the horrific attack on black shoppers at a Buffalo, New York supermarket, the Department of Justice is highlighting new efforts to combat hate crimes. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
We need to fix this.
As families and the community of East Buffalo grieve 10 black people killed in a racist supermarket massacre, Attorney General Merrick Garland laid out steps the Justice Department is taking to combat hate crimes.
Last weekend's attack was a painful reminder of the singular impact that hate crimes have not only on individuals, but on entire communities.
The Attorney General made his remarks on the one-year anniversary of the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act becoming law. It directs the Justice Department to expedite the review of hate crimes and give more guidance to state and local agencies so reporting hate crimes is easier.
We commit to using every resource of the Department of Justice to prevent these kinds of acts of hate.
New steps include the hiring of a DOJ language coordinator and a $10 million grant program to, in part, fund special hotlines to report hate crime incidents. The White House's domestic policy advisor, Susan Rice, told CBS News the first step is calling out hate and treating it with the seriousness it deserves.
We are actively pursuing making sure that those that propagate hate are and those who act on that hate face consequences.
The president of the NAACP met with Attorney General Garland Friday. The NAACP has released its own response plan following the Buffalo massacre, calling on the Department of Justice and Federal Trade Commission to aggressively target misinformation and disinformation on social media platforms that recruit young people to spread hate. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Today, the Attorney General said the Department of Justice is investigating the Buffalo shooting as a hate crime. Still ahead, the benefits of a day in the park.
National Day of Outdoor Play. I'm Serena Marshall with how getting children outside is good for their physical and mental health. Coming up.
And can cannabis really benefit cancer patients? Those stories in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, medical marijuana, medicinal cannabis, can help cancer patients deal with pain and other symptoms. A new study published in the journal Frontiers finds the use of cannabis not only lowered pain, it also lowered almost half the patients in the study to significantly decrease their use of opioids and other pain meds. Researchers at the University of California, Los Angeles are working on a way to prevent infections for patients in hospitals and clinics without using antibiotics. They coat medical devices like stents and pacemakers with a thin layer of a polymer called twitterionic. The surface treatments can reduce bacteria and prevent infections. Cancer death rates among black people in the U.S. are declining, but are still higher than among people in other racial and ethnic groups. New data shows between 1999 and 2019, cancer deaths for blacks decreased 2%. Doctors say the drop can be attributed to more screening, advances in treatments, and declines in cigarette smoking. Tomorrow is Kids to Park Day, a national day of outdoor play. Research shows playing outdoors can improve children's physical and mental health. Reporter Serena Marshall has more.
Today, the classroom for these Virginia second graders is the great outdoors.
Oh, look, it's gonna go in the water. They're really good swimmers.
Cool.
Yeah?
I've never seen a snake before.
They're making new friends on the farm.
This is snow.
Getting plenty of activity, all while breathing in nature.
What do you like the most about being outside?
I like to go and play. I like that the air is so fresh.
Lots of wildlife out here.
It's part of a program from the National Park Trust, which organizes Kids to Parks Day each year on the third Saturday of May.
Just get outside, get outdoors, and have fun with your family.
The health benefits of playing outside are many, according to pediatrician Dr. Danette Glassy. Children are more active, have less obesity, and better motor development.
There's a whole lot less myopia for kids who play outside. That's that nearsightedness. Than kids who play inside or look at screens a lot. There's all these mental and emotional health things, less anger and aggression, better learning outcomes for kids who are playing outside more.
The American Academy of Pediatrics reminds families they don't need to travel far. You can enjoy nature in the backyard or at the playground.
Children who spent more time outdoors or engaging with nature are more proponents of the natural world and better stewards of our world.
My favorite part of being outside is going on a field trip and seeing different animals.
Discovering and exploring and wild about nature. Serena Marshall, CBS News, Accokeek, Maryland.
To learn more about Kids to Parks Day, click on the link on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. And that is a look at today's health news. Later, wedding bells.
With COVID restrictions easing, weddings are back and booming. I'm Naomi Ruckham with how couples and vendors are getting ready for the busiest wedding season in decades.
Plus, thunderstorms increasing as we go through the evening hours. We're going to break that down coming up. Well, it turned out to be another warm, muggy day for us today. Temperatures right back up into the 80s, but very windy as well. At times, we are getting winds gusting in that 40 to 50 mile per hour range. Those have backed down just a bit over the past couple hours, which is good news. It will stay a little breezy out there as we go through the evening hours, but as of right now, it is looking okay. You can see our cold front. You got northerly winds here, southerly winds here. So our front is really from Stockton, Lamar, Columbus, to the west of Veneta, and right along that front, we're going to get some scattered thunderstorms. But look at the temps. They're cooling down into the low to mid 70s once you get out across parts of southeastern Kansas. So very windy today, but the winds are dying down. So that's the good news. That wind advisory is pretty much gone at this point in time. 7th and range line currently sitting at 83. Southerly winds at about 20. Humidity is at 63%. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 70s. 60s, but also notice showers, thunderstorms start to increase as we go into the evening hours. Not much right now. Can't see that kind of bright white line. That's our front. So it's through Pittsburgh, and we'll see if anything can fire up along that front. I don't expect much next hour or two, but after about 7 o'clock, we'll start to get little thunderstorms popping up. Not much in the way of severe weather. Just some strong storms, and that looks to be just about it. I think all the big severe weather will kind of stick down across east central parts of Oklahoma instead of really kind of on top of us. Let's go hour by hour. Let's go through the next few hours. We'll stop at 8:30. You can see the front is right along the I-44 corridor. That's where our scattered thunderstorms really start to pop up. Again, southern counties, these may be a little bit stronger. We may get some low-grade severe thunderstorms in our southern counties. Here's 11 p.m. After midnight, north of the front, showers and thunderstorms really increase. So everybody should get rain. The areas that have the least chance are going to be up toward Yates Center, Eureka, Iola. Scattered thunderstorms into the morning hours, so we'll stop at 8:30 in the morning. You can see the showers across southeastern Kansas. And then they kind of flare up again tomorrow afternoon. No severe threat for us tomorrow, just kind of good old showers and thunderstorms. 6 p.m. still scattered thunderstorms. So Dal and I were just talking, tomorrow's the better day to do stuff inside. Sunday's the better day to do stuff outside. 64 by noon. In fact, we drop into the 50s by the afternoon. Northerly winds at about 10 to 20. All this is gone by tomorrow evening. We clear out. We get partly sunny skies back by Sunday. Sunday overall, pretty good day. We warm into the mid 60s as we head into the afternoon hours, so not too bad across the region. All right, rainfall tonight, heaviest along and south of the I-44 corridor, 1 to 3 inches of rain, so we could get a little bit of flash flooding. The farther north and west you work, the least amounts of rain. 64, we drop into the 50s tomorrow afternoon, so it's going to be kind of chilly. Sunday, we start at 42, 64 during the afternoon. Thunderstorms return Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Severe threat low Tuesday and Wednesday, and then it ramps up as we head into Memorial Weekend. We are far from done from severe weather season. So
disappointing, but not a surprise.
Yes.
Thanks, Doc. A U.S. power grid regulator is warning about the possibility of electrical shortages and blackouts this summer amid extreme temperatures and ongoing drought. The NERC, which oversees the health of the nation's electrical infrastructure, says these conditions could cause the grid to buckle across vast areas of our nation. Yesterday, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicted nearly the entire contiguous U.S. will see above average temperatures this summer. High temperatures will create increased demand. Meanwhile, drought conditions will lower the amount of power available to meet that demand. Let's take a look at our tower camera, sponsored by R.E. Smith Construction, as work continues on the KOAM More Power project. You can check it out anytime on our website, koamnewsnow.com/power. Coming up, the wedding boom. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Pittsburgh native Matt Rush served in the U.S. Army from 2007 to 2013. His duties took him to Guantanamo Bay and to Germany. Army Correctional Officer Matt Rush, a four-state hero. Topping today's Consumer Watch, new unemployment claims have risen for 3 straight weeks, but the number of people receiving benefits is at its lowest level in more than half a century. Yesterday, the Department of Labor said 1.3 million jobless claims were paid during the first week of May. That is the fewest since December of 1969. A new survey from the Census Bureau found the agency undercounted people in 6 states and overcounted them in 8 states. The population count that comes once a decade is used for congressional redistricting and also for allocating $1.5 trillion in yearly federal funding. The Bureau blamed political interference, the coronavirus pandemic, and the general trend of people not responding to surveys. Boeing's Starliner space taxi is now en route to the International Space Station after a successful launch from Cape Canaveral. The unmanned flight is a key step toward Boeing's goal of competing with SpaceX for missions bringing astronauts to and from the ISS. The Starliner capsule is due to dock at the station sometime this evening. The 2022 wedding season is well underway, and with many COVID restrictions behind us, couples are set to make this a record year for tying the knot. As Naomi Ruckham explains, getting married during this wedding boom has its joys and its challenges.
I literally got like 4 words in and started choking up.
Jesse White and Lisa Van Loo got engaged last fall, and when they started looking at wedding dates and venues, they quickly realized they'd have to move fast.
The owners were saying, okay, this date's now gone, this date's now gone, and so I was getting anxious.
Lisa and Jesse chose September in California's wine country to celebrate their big day, which will be one of about 2.5 million weddings in the U.S. this year. According to the national trade group The Wedding Report, the number of couples tying the knot is up about 30% from 2021, the most in nearly 4 decades.
I call it controlled chaos.
Wedding planner Joanne Grigoli says it's all due to a mixture of pandemic engagements and COVID postponed nuptials.
I've never seen this many people who are in need of wedding dates, wedding planners, wedding vendors. It's crazy.
Popular venues like New York City's Tavern on the Green are booking up fast. Couples won't find a Saturday night open here for the rest of the year, and only a handful are available for 2023.
We'll talk to them about Friday night or Sunday or even a weekday like a Thursday night and see if that's even possible for them.
Flexibility may also help couples with sticker shock and supply chain snags.
Food costs are going up. Labor costs are going up. Event material. We can't get glass vases. Flowers are in short supply. Champagne is in short supply.
For Lisa and Jesse, expecting the unexpected has been an early marriage mantra.
For us to be able to come out of a pandemic and be getting married is really exciting.
Ending one chapter and beginning a new one together. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
According to TheKnot.com, average spending on weddings last year, $34,000. That amount's going up. Experts say the key to having a dream wedding this year is booking early, prioritizing what you want, and then budgeting from there. A final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, Steve Hartman goes on the road with the story of one lucky cat. Then on KOAM News at 6, the Kansas Supreme Court rules in the long-running tax battle between the state and area entrepreneur Gene Bicknell. Plus, authorities arrest a suspect in last week's Joplin bank robbery. And results of a poll on how Missourians feel about President Biden and former President Trump. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Chances for some more rain ahead of us.
Yeah, scattered showers and thunderstorms starting to pick up as we go through the evening hours. Oops. No, you can put it back up. I can hit the space bar. And then on and off thunderstorms into the morning hours and then kind of flaring up again tomorrow afternoon. 64 Sunday. This is a pretty cool weekend for the second half of May. The rain chances right back in by Monday, lasting all the way until Thursday.
Oops, one of those words you don't want to hear during a live newscast, but you certainly don't want to hear during, say, surgery.
It wasn't a bad oops.
It wasn't a bad oops. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you right back here at 6. Let's make it a great evening.